All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go over the deadlift and talk about a few things that we need to look for in the deadlift, along with the best viewpoint for each of those. All right, so Taylor, you can go ahead and pick the PVC pipe up. We're gonna work from the top down. So feet need to be hip width stance. Grip needs to be thumb width outside of the legs. And then from here, squeeze the belly, pull the bar into your body. And I wanna initiate with the hips and lower down to mid shin. So go ahead. So right off the bat, I'm looking at two things. I'm looking at whether or not her back is flat. The best viewpoint for that is gonna be from the side here. And I'm looking at whether or not weight is in her heels, which side profile is also gonna be the best viewpoint for that. Now, here in a second, when she initiates movement, we're gonna be looking to make sure that her body angle stays constant. Also, best angle here is to look at it from the side. And what I'm gonna be looking at here with that body angle staying constant is her shoulders in relation to her hips. So as she initiates, those shoulders and hips should rise at the same rate, all right? And then finally, the one thing that I'm looking at also from the side profile is if that barbell stays close to her body in the frontal plane. So we wanna really move along the frontal plane. So I'm gonna look at the ear of the barbell in relation to her shin and leg as she stands. All right, so Taylor, we're gonna initiate with we're gonna go ahead and begin. Shoulders and hips rise at the same rate and open, good. All right, and then back down. And then just go through a few reps for me. Weight staying in the heels. I'm not seeing weight shift forward at all on the shoe. Back stays flat. Body angle stays constant. Weight staying in the frontal plane. Bar stays close, sweet. All right, so we're gonna go ahead from here. We're gonna go through sumo deadlift high pull. So now I want you to widen your feet out just a little bit and narrow your grip, so just frame out the thumbs. Okay, so for the sumo deadlift high pull, we're gonna be looking for all of the same points, all of those same points as the deadlift. I'm gonna be looking at from the side profile, okay? So first progression, Taylor, I want you to go ahead and lower down to mid shin, and I want you to give me 2 sumo deadlifts. Yep, weight staying in the heels, body angle stays constant, very good, weight stays close. All right, next, we're gonna speed up that deadlift, and I want you to deadlift shrug at the top. So lower down, and let's do that, go. Back down, try to keep that weight a little bit closer to you with that shrug. Go, back down, go. Okay, all right, this movement's gonna finalize with a bend of the arms. That weight's gonna finish just below the chin. Now, what I'm looking for here, still from the side angle, is making sure that she finishes at the hip, finishes her jump before her arms bend. So there are 2 big things for sumo deadlift high pull that we are looking for that are not present for deadlifting, and it is that she extends the hip rapidly, so we speed up that deadlift. And the second thing is that we finish the hip before the arms bend. So go ahead and lower down to mid shin, go. All right, good. So hips moved, or hips finished before the arms bent, but weight shifted away from you a little bit, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit closer. Lower back down, go. All right, good. All right, so that's the sumo deadlift high pull. All right, so go ahead, you can put the PVC pipe down. Last thing that we're gonna do is the med ball clean. So, last thing for the med ball clean, all of the same points are gonna apply as the deadlift, so I'm still looking at those points from the side, so go ahead and lower down to your starting position. Weight is in the heels, I'm looking at her shoe. Lumbar curve maintained, so nice flat back. Do a deadlift for me. Body angle remains constant, lower back down. Weight moves along the frontal plane. So the important thing here is I'm looking at where that ball is in relation to her body when she picks it up and lowers it down. So go ahead and do another deadlift. So we pick it up and lower between the feet, lower back down. So in this setup position, she should be straddling that med ball, okay? So we've done a couple med ball deadlifts. Now I want you to speed up that med ball deadlift, and we're gonna deadlift shrug. Go. Yep, back down. Go. Good. All right, now go ahead and lower down. All right, next. All right, tell you what, stand up. Sorry, stand up. with the ball. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so next progression, we're gonna work from the hang, so on top of the knee, and I want you to drop under, and you're gonna pull yourself under that med ball into a front squat, okay? Go. All right, and stand. And back down. Go. Stand. Good. Be sure you stand all the way up before you lower that ball. Okay? So two things that I'm looking for in a med ball clean. The first is that she is finishing at the hip during that initial drive. So nice explosive pull from the ground. And the second thing that I'm looking for in a med ball clean, or that explosive hip, I'm going to look at from the side profile. And then the second thing for a med ball clean is her receiving of the ball in a sound front squat position, which I'm actually going to look at from an angle, because that's going to give me a chance to see depth, to see knees tracking over toes, to see weight in her heels. And what I'm looking for in that sound front squat, so go ahead and do a shrug and drop. Yep, stay there. What I'm looking for here is the ball in relation to her body. What does her posture look like? Nice neutral spine maintained, full depth, weight in the heels. Go ahead and stand. All right, lower back down. Do a couple more med ball cleans. Go. Nice explosive hip pull. Good. Back down. Yep. Very good. And then one more. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.